Welcome back. Um, this round of playoffs, this conference final is the most lopsided conference final I've seen in ages. And I'm not talking about just this one. I mean the other conference final between Carolina and Florida as well. I can't remember a time recently where I've seen conference finals where it's obvious who's going to the next round so early in the series. And here we are. And so it's got me thinking about doing a madness video related to the playoffs and dating back to, I don't know if we'll go back to 81 or back to '06, but I want to do a madness video on playoffs and just go through this and see how long has it been since we saw something like this, right? So that may actually be a video I do after the playoffs are done. But yeah, so Dallas and Edmonton, let's get into the carnage. Ottinger versus Skinner. No rope A hints. So for people who say he's faking it and it's all BS, he's really committed to it. That he took the pregame skate, went over to the trainer and said, yeah, this injury that doesn't exist, I don't think I can play tonight. So, I mean, it was a beautiful day in Edmonton. Maybe he wanted to go to the park. So Beck was in, and of course that's a bit of a difference between Hintz and Beck. Early chance by Nurse is tipped wide. McDavid to Hyman. That chance gets blocked. Hitting prominent in the opening minutes of the game. Teams trade turnovers. The shots are 3-1 Dallas at 3 minutes. I thought the shots meant nothing in this game. I'm just going to say straight out. We'll go through this, but I didn't think the shots meant much of anything in this game. I didn't think they told the story. So there's a shoulder save on a chance for Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers press after that. Kane's denied from in close. Stars get pinned down. More pressure by the Oilers as we reach the 7-minute mark of the first period. Blackwell's then robbed from a sharp angle. Skinner holds. Things get pushy. Draisaitl has a rush chance that's defended. Rantanen into Robertson near miss. Hyman has a net feed that's held. Shots are 9-5 for the Oilers with 7 minutes left. And the Stars' scoreless streak at this point in the game had passed 156 minutes. They didn't score in Winnipeg. The previous 2 games they'd played in Winnipeg. This is a team that at times has really had trouble with scoring goals, and it shows up again here. But Edmonton scores right after I rate that on the board at 14:02. Bouchard puts one post and in past a screen. Nugent Hopkins and Kulak with the assists. And 36 seconds later on a rush, McDavid scores from Nugent Hopkins. So it's 2-0 Oilers, and it feels like it's done. And like it's first period, and Dallas is capable of putting these goals together, but there's a part of my brain going, you know, if Colorado had won that series with Dallas, how different would the playoffs look? At any rate, the Oilers look for another. Heiskanen has a 3-on-2 chance that's blocked. Marchman has a chance that's held. There's some pushing. The Stars press with 4 minutes left. There's a post for Granlund. The Oilers clear, and then with 2.6 seconds left, the Stars draw a power play. Now this is controversial because Rantanen's stick catches himself in the face. But prior to the Oilers' first goal, there was a puck that went over the glass and pretty clearly should have been a delay game call against the Oilers. The thing is, I don't think 2 wrongs make a right. So either way, this is a power play Dallas shouldn't have had. Not that it ends up meaning a lot in the end, but we have a 2-0 Oilers lead after the first. Second period, there's a post for Rantanen on a one-timer, and the next chance for Rantanen is held. The Oilers do clear to end that power play. 3 shots on net for Dallas during the power play. And once again, Rantanen has been very quiet in this series compared to the previous 2. A net feed to Podkolzin's blocked. Steele can't bury one in close. The Oilers clear. Blackwell has a wrister that's held. We get some pushing there. Nugent Hopkins misses one wide on a 2-on-1 rush. Hyman has a rush that's defended. Kane has a 3-on-2 chance. That's blocked out. The Oilers press at 5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Shots are 9-2 for Dallas at 6.5 minutes. And I'm hard-pressed to remember Dallas having the kind of attack that you normally, 9 shots already in 6.5 minutes. But I don't know. I just felt like either Skinner's positional play was fantastic, so there were no openings, or Dallas didn't have that many really high-danger chances there out of those 9 shots. Bouchard has a slot shot that deflects out. Johnston has a rush chance that's held. There's some pushing. There's a kick save on Lindell. Stars are playing pretty well. Just don't have a goal. And that's the storyline. They've had some good runs of play. I think they won this period of hockey, but 2 wins out of 9 in terms of periods, it's not a recipe for success. McDavid to Kapanen near miss via 2-on-1. The Oilers draw a power play. There's a shorthanded Blackwell chance that's saved. Shorthanded rush by Johnston. Then we get 18 seconds of 5-on-3 as Sam Steele's guilty of a trip. Kane has a rush chance that's held. Bouchard has a shot that's blocked. The Stars clear. Power play is killed off. So the Stars survived the 5-on-3, and then at 15:35, Robertson. This one goes 5-hole. It's deflected by Robertson at the net. Bischel and Rantanen with the assists. Initially, Bischel was awarded the goal, but it's been changed to Robertson. And it was nearly 180 minutes between road goals for Dallas. There you go. Nearly 180 minutes between road goals for the Dallas Stars. This is why winning at home is so important to Dallas, because they're not good on the road. They haven't been. In fact, they committed this one. I think they've been shut out 3 times on the road so far in these playoffs. Stars look to tie it. Klingberg has a rush chance that's held. Duchesne has a rush chance that's caught and held as well. Ottinger gives away a puck. It nearly results in a goal for Nugent Hopkins. And then at 19:41, McDavid wires one from the left circle on a failed clear. Bouchard with the assist. It's 3-1 Edmonton, and that's when I wrote that on the board right there, because I'm like, yeah, I just could not foresee Edmonton dropping a 2-goal lead in the third period at home in such an important game. So we go to the third. Nugent Hopkins with a near miss on a fast break. Brown, they announced at this point he wouldn't return. He took a high hit from Petrovic, so we'll see what his status is for the next game. But at 3:25 on a rush, Hyman wires one. Nugent Hopkins with the assist. This is where it's interesting, where it feels kind of like Florida. Edmonton can be pinned down in their zone for a while. They're fine with it. Doesn't seem to bother them. There's no panic. And then they get the puck, they go the other way, and they score. Florida's been doing that throughout the playoffs. Edmonton's doing that as well. So if those teams are going to have a confrontation again, if they're going to meet in the second straight Stanley Cup final against one another, we'll see which team is able to dictate that play and which team is able to get those rush chances to go in. Shots at 3-1 Dallas at 5 minutes. Frederick crashes into the Stars net. Bischel kind of helped him into the Stars net. There was no call on the play there. Fans weren't happy. Neither were the Oilers. Oilers press. There's a turnover, and then there's a rush by Rantanen. Ceci has a shot that's held as the Stars press. In fact, with 9 minutes left, the shots are 5-1 for Dallas. So they're getting more shots, but I didn't feel like they were controlling the play. And then 12:06, it's another rush goal. Hyman tips one in on a 2-on-1 with Kane. And so it's a 5-1 lead in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. Stars press with 6 minutes left. Oilers continue to block, defending pretty well. We get a power play for Dallas with 5:01 left. There's back-to-back clears. We end up with 28 seconds of 4-on-4, so Dallas takes themselves off the power play. The Oilers press during the 4-on-4, and when we get to the power play side of things, Edmonton scores again. At 17:40, it's Klingberg. Pass to screen from the high slot. Draisaitl and Kane with the assists. It's 6-1. So remember, last night's game ended 6-2. Things get punchy with 24.6 seconds left, so this game ends at 4-on-4, but the no mercy magnets on the board. It's a 6-1 win for the Oilers, and Edmonton leads 2-1. I wonder how ESPN feels about the way these playoffs are going, because there's no way they're retaining viewership numbers in the third period with the score that lopsided. Obviously, Oiler fans are going to keep watching, but if you're a neutral fan, if you're a Stars fan, odds are you're just turning it off. So I do wonder how this is affecting the ratings, because having this many games that are lopsided, you'd think it's going to have to cause the ratings to drop at least a bit. Shots on net, 11-9 for the Oilers in the first, 22-7 Dallas in the second. So again, it didn't feel like a period where Dallas outplayed them so badly and outshot them more than 3-1. It didn't feel like that kind of period of play. The shots in the third are 6 apiece. Final shots 37-24 in favor of Dallas. Power plays, Dallas 0 for 2, Edmonton 1 for 3. The hits 47-28 for the Oilers. They do lead this series 2-1. Ottinger 18 saves on 24 shots. I think the defense has failed miserably in Dallas, but I also think the Oilers' attack has been excellent, and you put those two things together, and you get scores like this. Skinner 36 saves on 37 shots. Excellent game, and he wins without a shutout. So he doesn't have to get a shutout to win, so that's a bonus. And they played, of course, Pink Pony Club in the last minute, because that's what you do now. And La Bamba closes it out after the game's done. So when Edmonton plays Florida in the Stanley Cup final, we'll find out which one's the best of the two again. And it'll be, I would think, a 7-game series. I find the playoffs more entertaining and exciting when a series is a 3-3 tie. We're going into game 7s. I enjoy close series when they're like this. And I mean, other than that third period for Dallas in the first game, they've really had nothing. And this both series just feel like it's men versus boys, and I'm really hoping the Stanley Cup final is a little more competitive. I just enjoy competitive. I know it's weird, right? Competitive hockey. And it wouldn't make a difference if Dallas won this 6-1. I'd feel the same way. I don't enjoy the not it's not that it's non-competitive, but it's just it's there's no tension. There's no like nerves. It's just sort of, yeah, this game's done. And I really don't think that Hintz is going to be back in the fourth game. Maybe, but honestly, I think that foot's probably a lot worse than he's letting on. Or maybe it's worse than he's hoping it is, and he's thinking maybe I can play on it. But either way, even if Hintz had played this one, it still would have been 6-1. So we'll see what happens in the next one. That's in a couple of days. But tomorrow night, Florida's going to be going for the sweep. We will not be surprised if they get it. And we will not be surprised if Edmonton wins again in a couple of nights. But we'll see. Dallas has to get their bleep together, or this is going to be over in 5. This is not a close series. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. So hockey's done early in the day. It's different. So I have an evening that's opened up. Cool. All right. Thank you guys and I'm no overtime. So it's another thing. I kind of miss overtimes and close games, but there you go. Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.